Hello and welcome back to Clicks on the Side. Now I know Marvel's been getting a lot of hype lately with the X-Men 97 release and the Strange Tales leaks coming out, but we're not quite done with DC yet. So today we're going to be bringing you a 300-point modern DC animal theme team. And that's mainly because there's one character I really wanted to get on the team and I just can't wait anymore. I was hoping for a few more good Teen Titan pieces. There are some good ones out there, but I just don't think there's enough support for it yet. So we are going with the animal theme team, and we of course are going to be using Beast Boy. And the one I'm going to showcase first is actually the Legacy Beast Boy we're getting from Lantern Legacy. He is originally from DC's 75th anniversary set, and to me he is essential to using Beast Boy in the modern day. Let's take a look here. He is 60 points. He has the Teen Titans and Outsider team abilities, Doom Patrol, Teen Titans, Animal, and Celebrity keywords. None of that really matters though, because he is really just there to be on your sideline for this trait, climbing up the food chain. Sideline active. When a friendly character named Beast Boy hits, after resolutions, you may replace that character with another character named Beast Boy of equal or less points. That is important. If you do, remove all transform tokens on the replaced character and give the replacement character a transform token for each removed transform token. So why is he essential for this? Because there are 3 different Beast Boys you can actually use on your force in the modern age. We do have 2 that we just got from Lantern Legacy. You can choose to be a dolphin. There we go. And here is what the dolphin can do if you want to pause and take a look. You can choose to be a dog. Also from Lantern Legacy if you choose to. There we are. Oh, he found a hair. Get that off of there. And there is the dog if you want to take a look. And then the special attack is on the back. There you are. So you do have options, but the best option in my opinion is from Masters of Time, and that is the Velociraptor Beast Boy. I absolutely love this sculpt. I've not got to use him on a team yet, and I am very eager to do so. So there is the Velociraptor version of Beast Boy. Now, the reason I said the wording was important on the Legacy card is because each of these Beast Boys also have a very similar trait. They all read, well, they have different titles. This one is Time to Go Jurassic Sized, but essentially they all read, when Beast Boy hits, after resolutions, you may give him a transform token and roll a d6. Adding the number of transform tokens to the result, 7+, remove any transform tokens from Beast Boy, then replace him with a character named Beast Boy on the same click. So there you see the wording is slightly different, and that is why it is important. With the Legacy Beast Boy, it does allow you to move transform tokens to your new Beast Boy whenever you switch them over. However, it does have a point limit. So that is where this Beast Boy comes in play, and it does not have a point limit. So if you do hit with Beast Boy and you want to use this Beast Boy's trait, you can actually bring in, also from Masters of Time, the Colossal Beast Boy, if you are lucky enough with your rolls. So this is the way you can build up your transform tokens, and then once you hit with Beast Boy just the right way and roll just right, you will choose to use your active Beast Boy's trait instead of the Beast Boy on the sidelines trait and bring in this big fella. We'll get more into him in here just a second, but let's go ahead and take a look at what the Velociraptor Beast Boy can do. We went over the trait. He is 60 points. He does have the Outsider team ability and team player. For 60 points, you get 7 clicks, starting off with hypersonic speed, a special attack power, ESD, and shape change. That does go into charge, blades, ESD, and battle fury. And then later on, he does have charge, blades, willpower, and exploit weakness. Now, hopefully you don't get down to those clicks, or if you do, you have enough transform tokens that you can eventually get your big boy out there. There is the special attack power, Enlarged Claw, for grabbing. Blades, Claws, Fangs, Precision Strike. When Beast Boy uses Blades, Claws, Fangs, hit characters modify speed -2 until your next turn. Absolutely love that. And then here he is. If you are lucky enough to get the transform tokens to pop off, you could eventually get, but you could potentially get this Beast Boy out on click number 1 if you are lucky enough with your rolls. Yeah, so very excited to give that a try and see how lucky I can get with that. At the very least, all 3 of the Beast Boys are viable. That's a very good Velociraptor Beast Boy. The Dolphin Beast Boy allows friendly characters within 6 squares to use shape change with his damage power to get a good blades with the Dog Beast Boy. So lots of good options there, and I'm very excited to try them out. All right, moving on. Who is joining us? I think we all know who has to be on this team. He was very popular and sealed with Lantern Legacy. We are going with common number 10, Dog. He is a very, very good boy. There is Dog. He is 30 points. He has the team player team ability. Animal, Brute, and Cosmic keywords. 4 clicks for 30 points. You start off with Plasticity, Blades, Invuln, and Empower. Then that does turn into a Flurry with Blades, Toughness, and Exploit weakness. He is tiny sized, and he also has this amazing trait which made him so popular, Riding Shotgun. When Dog is carried, this turn he may be given close actions as if he wasn't carried. Just fantastic. For 30 points, you really can't ask for more than that. Now, who will be bringing Dog with them on their adventures? I couldn't think of anyone better than the best boy from the Legion of Super Pets exclusive pack. We are bringing in Crypto, the Super Dog. I'm not gonna lie, he is the main reason I ended up getting that pack. I probably could have got away with just getting him, but you know what? Comet's pretty good as well, and Streaky Sneaky good. I haven't really looked into the Superman and Supergirl in that one, but I probably should. Anyway, on to Crypto. For this build, he is going to be 50 points. He has the JSA and Superman ally team abilities, Kryptonian, Legion of Super Pets, Metropolis, and Animal keywords. For 50 points, you get 5 clicks, starting with a special attack power, special movement, special attack, impervious, and empower. Later on, that turns into Flurry, super strength, invuln, and exploit weakness. He can fly. He is tiny size, so even though they are both tiny size, he can still carry Dog with him. He does have a trait. Welcome to the Legion of Super Pets. Leadership. When Crypto uses it and succeeds, he may instead remove an action token from any character with the Legion of Super Pets keyword. When establishing themed teams, choose a character with the animal keyword. That character gains the Legion of Super Pets keyword. Now that is going to come in handy here in just a little bit. Let's take a look at that special movement power, and this is why he is going to be carrying Dog. Able to leap dog parks in a single bound. Charge, but don't have speed. Flurry. That's right. He can carry Dog with his charge of 9. Do a Flurry, so that's 2 attacks there. Drop off Dog. Now Dog can do an attack with his Blades, Claws, Fangs. So with 1 power action, I'm sorry, it would actually be 2 power actions, because it would be a power action for Dog. So, but still, you'd be able to get 2 characters up to make 2 attacks. 3 attacks, I'm sorry, with the flurry. So I absolutely love that combo. And then I believe you get to take full advantage of Empower on both of them. Absolutely love it. Then we do have his special attack power, and this will come in very handy in a pinch. Solar powered Pupper Punch. Quake. When Crypto uses it, he may instead deal 3 penetrating damage. If he does, after resolutions, deal Crypto 1 unavoidable damage. So he only gets that on his 2 starting clicks, but still, just the ability to be able to do 3 penetrating damage if you happen to be in a situation where you're surrounded by the enemies. Absolutely love that. For 50 points, a very solid piece. And he, like I said, he is not quite done yet once we get to other members of this team. Speaking of, we are sticking with the Legion of Super Pets, and we are bringing in Streaky. Completely honest, had no idea Streaky was a thing until this set came out. Still know very little about the character, but I'm glad to have her. She's going to be 30 points for this build. For 30 points, you get 2 clicks. She does have flight and is tiny sized. Then those 2 clicks have flurry, precision strike, combat reflexes, and exploit weakness. She does have the Superman team ability, Kryptonian, Legion of Super Pets, Metropolis, and animal keywords. And she does have a trait, Slash and Dash. Blades Claw's Fangs, hypersonic speed. Once per turn when Streaky uses Blade Claw's Fangs, if she is adjacent to 2 or more friendly characters with the animal keyword, she may re-roll the d6. Very solid. But here's the reason she's really on this team, and it is her second trait. Feline Reflexes. Friendly characters with the Legion of Super Pets keyword can use super senses. So she now has traded super senses. Crypto now has traded super senses. And somebody else here a little later is also now going to have traded super senses. So for 30 points, I will gladly take that on my team. Sure, she won't be able to take a hit if she is hit, but she does have the combat reflexes if up close, and the hypersonic speed will allow her to bounce around, and she does get the shape change. But I feel like she shouldn't be the only kitty on this team. So we are again going to the legacies of Lantern Legacy, and we are going to be looking at legacy number 38. We're bringing in Dexstar. I was secretly hoping that the newest Dexstar from Batman Team Up would be the one that gets the legacy, but you know what? You get what you get, and I can't complain too much. Dexstar is 30 points, originally from the War of Light set. Yep, there you go. 30 points, no team abilities. Does have the Red Lantern key. Well, there we go. Red Lantern Core keyword along with animal and monster. 30 points gets you charge, blades, combat reflexes, and a blank damage power. That does eventually get a special movement with precision strike and combat reflexes with a special damage power, and then eventually back to the charge, precision strike, and combat reflexes. Let's take a look at its trait. Just the cutest rage-filled monster. Poison, shape change. When Dexstar uses shape change and fails, modify the attacker's attack by -X, where X is the shape change result. So hopefully you roll either a 3 through 6 on your shape change will help you. A 5 or a 6 will hit the shape change. A 3 through 4 will negatively modify their attack by 3 or 4. So either way, that's pretty nice. And then you do see the special movement power there is, I find who hurt you, I kill. Flurry, sidestep. Now, I don't like your chances of ending up on one of those clicks, but you know, it is possible. And if you do, that is going to be nice with the flurry and blades, or the flurry with precision strike. Sidestep is always nice for a breakaway. And then there is the special damage power on the last 2 clicks. Good Kitty. Battle Fury, Close Combat Expert. When Dexstar attacks, modify his attack and damage +1 if any targeted characters damage a friendly character since your last turn. Very solid piece for 30 points. I wish his defensive values were a little higher, but them giving him that trait with the shape change really helps out. Up next is a piece I really didn't think I was going to be using very often, so much that I put it in the generic box and had to go fishing for it. Literally. We are looking from Lantern Legacy, common number 11. We're bringing in a Space Dolphin. After looking into it, it is surprisingly good. There is the Space Dolphin. 30 points. It has the team player team ability, animal, cosmic, and herald keywords. 30 points gets you 4 clicks. I believe it has been errated that this has the flight symbol instead of the dolphin symbol. Not that that matters, because if you look at his trait, click, it gives him flight. Space Dolphin considers friendly characters within range as adjacent. If they can use a team ability, Space Dolphin can use. So if you have somebody else who is a team player, that's great. And notice it says can use. So if you copy team ability from another player, that now applies to that team ability. You start off with Phasing Teleport, TK, a special defensive power there, Church of the Triple Fish God, Defend Super Senses, and Empower throughout. And then halfway through it does change to give you Precision Strike and Super Senses instead of that TK and special defensive power. But he is on this team mainly because he can carry and he has that TK. That's going to come very helpful for our last member of this team. I really like this character at his full point dial, but for this build we did have to start him on his second click. And then there was going to be problems of getting him moved around, so the Space Dolphin will help move around. Chase, number 51 from Lantern Legacy, Atrocitus, and Dexstar. You go on right there. He will be coming in at 70 points for this build. Has the Power Cosmic team ability, New Guardians, Red Lantern Core, Animal, Brute, Herald, Monster, and Mystical keywords. And now we'll have the Legion of Super Pets keyword, thanks to Crypto. And we'll now also have traded Super Senses, thanks to Streaky. At 70 points, you only get 5 clicks, but they are 5 very good clicks. He does have Flight, a range of 3 with 1 target. Starts off with Flurry, Blades, Impervious, and Battle Fury, switching into Charge with a special attack power, Impervious, and a special damage power, and then back to Flurry Blades with some Invuln and Battle Fury. He does start off with the trait, You Kicked My Cat? When Atrocitus and Dexstar starts the game, generate a Dexstar bystander. When Dexstar is KO'd by an opposing effect, modify Atrocitus and Dexstar's combat values +1 this game, and that is Protected Pulse Wave. Now, if you are fortunate enough to have your Dexstar from Batman Team Up, the super rare, click number 1 just happens to be the same as the bystander, so you can go ahead and use him. That is what I am planning to do. Let's take a look at that special attack power, Crimson Tide. Poison. Friendly characters with the Red Lantern Core keyword have a minimum range of 3, and, quote, when this character uses poison, opposing characters within range and line of fire are considered adjacent. And then there is the special damage power, Blood Magic. Leadership, probability control. Now, unfortunately, he does not start off with poison on his 70-point click. So you now have one more choice to make. Do you want to go ahead and use the Red Lantern Ring? I understand. It makes sense. It does grant poison. It's not going to be penetrating, but it does grant poison. And now you have access to the constructs. So that is one way to go, and I completely understand if you want to go that route. I am actually going to go ahead and give him the +1 longsword, just for the fact that, yes, he already has blades, but if he uses blades now, his character increases damage dealt +1. He gets flurry with that blade, so that helps, and now he also gets the close combat expert to help make sure he is hitting. Since he has the brute keyword, he can get that for free. So you can go either way. I definitely see why you'd want to go with the constructs. It does give you an extra attacker or another benefit, maybe some knockback, depending on which one you use. Let me know which one you would choose. That's just the route I'm going, just to try to get that little bit of extra damage in there. So the idea is that the Space Dolphin will carry Atrocitus and Dexter up on turn 1, then on the second turn be able to TK him into position to be able to use that blades and flurry and blades. So I feel like there's enough here to keep your opponent busy and having to watch their back from each angle. From Crypto being able to charge 9 and Quake for 3 penetrating damage if he chooses to. So being able to charge 9 and bring Dog up with them for a total of 3 attacks and 2 power actions on one target. The Dexter bystander by itself, an 8 hypersonic speed with Blade Claw's Fangs, something they have to worry about, and they have to take him out, otherwise he'll just keep coming. And once they do take out that bystander, Atrocitus and Dexter just gets that much stronger. And then don't forget about Beast Boy. Beast Boy also has some hypersonic speed and can get some stuff done. Now, part of the key of this is you want to keep Streaky safe. That way you get your super senses on Atrocitus and Dexter and on Crypto to keep them up a little bit longer. You don't have much range is the downside to this team. So you do have to make sure you're getting in there into the fight and trying to pick off opponents one at a time. But there you have it. That is my take on a 300-point modern DC animal theme team. Let me know what you think, if there's any changes you would make, and how well you think this team will do. But that has been it for me. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, this has been Clicks on the Side.